Hello, hi, and welcome
Why
to
do you always have to do the arm? He always come out with the stiff mom arm for the breaks. Like,
I have to make sure I'm trying to protect you
from what?
from the internet. Hello, hi, and welcome to the Nerd and the
Oh God,
Nubian.
no! It's the what are they called? The trolls.
Oh God, no. Hello, hi, welcome to the Nerd and the Nubian. My name.
I'm dying. Sorry, hold on. Hey, welcome back to the Nerd and the Nubian. I am the Nubian, and this is my nerd. So you do yours.
This is my nerd.
You intro so much better than me.
It's fine. Hi, I'm Eric Hamlet. Joining me as always is my beautiful wife, Simone Speed Hamlet. How you doing today, baby?
I'm doing great.
That's good.
We're always so awkward at the beginning of these.
I don't know why. It's always just the thing.
It's
like
the
trying.
revving up.
It's the
we
revving
need
up.
Like a good, like a warm up into the podcast recording, vocals of it all, because it's so quiet, and this is not a quiet house.
Not at all.
We do not do quiet here, so when it goes quiet, we're all like, we're in trouble.
It's funny because I think it's because the quiet part is always the setting up. It's getting the tech together, doing makeup, hair, all that, getting dressed. And it's just like us getting in the mode of like, oh, we have to be on camera and do something for like 45 minutes. And then the moment the camera's on, it's like, okay, we have to snap back into us being normal. Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know. You just kind of have to like shake off the... You gotta shake it off. You gotta shake off the rust and get back to normal.
Oh my gosh.
It's been... Welcome to Bat City. It's been an interesting couple of days.
Week?
Couple weeks. Yeah.
A week.
It's been a week. Halloween passed. We did a spooky episode, and
R.I.P.
I like that we did our spooky episode, and none of this was up, and now it's up after the fact. Halloween's over.
It took a lot not to just jump the gun and go ahead and
do
put
it early
up for him.
Yeah. I guess if you guys follow us on our socials, you would know like Simone surprised me with like a mini Halloween decoration. Well, not even mini. It's just like you decorated the house without my knowledge while I was out of the house, and completely surprised me. It was great coming home with no context and just seeing terrifying images in our windows.
Insert scene here.
Just give me more work.
Sorry, I always do that. But let me be clear. The Halloween video is not up because of Eric, but because I always think I can edit as fast as him on my rinky-dink editing software, and I am not Eric Hamlet. I can edit. I'm a great editor. It just takes me a little bit longer.
To be fair, if I was also editing on your rinky-dink editing software, I probably would be pretty slow.
It's slow.
Because like I've been using mine for like, you know, at this point like 15 years or something like that. I don't know. But like it's been years of training myself and knowing like the ins and outs of it. And even then I'm still not like, yeah, I still could learn more because they're always updating.
I mean, it's not hard to use.
Yeah.
It's just slow. I think it's because it's a cloud-based
software.
App.
Yeah.
So it's like it's just processing all the time, and it just takes forever. I'm pretty sure it's still loading. Like loading the footage.
It's loading to this day.
And I just gave up. So whenever the Halloween stuff goes up, be grateful because we persevere.
It might be on Thanksgiving. It might be during Christmas. Who knows?
You might get a Halloween Christmas mashup.
But it's cool to me because for me, spooky season never ends. I'm always like, I'm literally wearing a Halloween shirt that you got me.
It's just every day.
It's every day for me. These bats are probably going to go in my office. I'm just going to take them out and put them up somewhere. I guess I never said that. I'm definitely going to do that.
You're keeping the bat.
I'm going to keep some of them. Yeah, just like flip the wall.
There's more in that box.
Okay. Well, we'll see. I'll look through. We'll figure it out.
Well,
whew.
Yeah.
We've been doing a lot. We've been doing the podcast, things like that, and posting on our socials, posting videos every day for certain seasons, yada, yada. But, like, we have been working our butts off behind the scenes of all of the content that we've been putting out.
Yeah, it's been a lot going on. Like, a lot and a half. We've been working overtime. I have to tap back into some projects that I had to, like, sit down for a second because we have been on the job hunt. The bills have to get paid over here.
I think
it's just a lot.
This entire process, as far as because we talked about this like a few weeks ago when I came back from my trip, where we were like, our relationship has gone through test in like different facets since like getting married.
Yeah.
And I think this is the first time that like we've gone through like big financial tests / like planning, like really like family planning tests, in the sense of like,
no,
okay,
no, you gotta stop using that word.
Okay, yeah, because I really like, okay.
He just always uses family planning, and I'm like, that means baby, stop.
Sorry, I guess I mean in the sense of like
financial planning.
Yeah, I guess financial planning, just trying to figure out like, hey, where do we go from here?
Yeah.
And I think we've done a very good job of figuring that out.
Or just like life planning.
Sure, but to me that sounds like babies.
No. No, it's not.
All right, fine.
Sorry,
Fine, it's different.
It is for you, but it's just not.
All right, fine. But yes, this has been a very good test of trying to figure out.
It's been definitely a great test of our will in this marriage, and also like how committed we are to each other.
Yes.
And solving the problems together.
Yeah.
Thank God we passed.
We definitely passed.
We passed.
So
go ahead.
I mean, I guess like, so anybody listening to this, like if they didn't listen to previous episodes, or
so if you missed episode 1,
you missed episode 1 of this season, or you haven't talked to us in our personal lives,
yeah,
you would know that Simone left her job and in September, and then a week later I got laid off.
Exactly a week.
Literally to the day. A week later I got laid off, and we decided, that we were gonna fully like jump into our personal projects. I would basically like take care of all the financial stuff, like unemployment, stuff like that. I had a severance package coming in, yada, my final paycheck, and we'd just try to make it work for like next couple months while we try to make this thing blossom. And then reality hits you. Reality tends to hit you pretty hard.
I mean, okay, because like I left my job thinking like we had Eric's job, he had the insurance, like we were going to have something to live off of, reduce our spending, and then we would tap into the personal projects. I would help manage them, and like we were making the plan from there. Again, week later, he gets laid off and is like, oh. Right, and unemployment, all these things. Okay, continue.
So it became this thing of like, okay, well, like we just get together, like we'll work on these personal projects, like and we'll freelance every once in a while for like whatever like we want to do, and like we have unemployment, like they'll help us out, and like we'll apply for EBT and all this other stuff.
Get like part-times maybe.
Even part-times maybe, like if it really comes down to that, we'll figure it out. And then, once again, classic case of like life hitting you real hard, real quick with the severe reality checks.
Yes.
For one thing, my unemployment has been a mess.
Horrible.
A horrible, horrible mess.
Horrible.
And I guess to explain this goes back to like 2020.
There's lore.
There is lore. There's Eric Hamlet lore here. So as everybody remembers, or most people should, the pandemic hit in 2020. That was the first time I ever got laid off. When I got laid off then, I applied for unemployment. I didn't get it till like...
Second time. Second?
No, it was the first time. It was the first time I ever got laid off.
Oh.
I've never been laid off before.
Oh, I thought it was Chick-fil-A too.
No, I love Chick-fil-A.
Okay. Continue.
Right. Anyway, where did I get laid off at a Chick-fil-A?
I said it and then I was like, that's not it.
Okay.
Not bad.
So, got laid off. It's just funny. I got laid off, applied for unemployment, got it, started getting benefits, went to college, yada, yada. Got a job in the late 2021. When I got my job, pretty much like a week before like I even started, I was like, okay, I don't have to do these benefits anymore. I won't. What are you doing?
Y'all, I'm sorry. Y'all know it's like it's just.
This is the most.
My hair, I don't wear my hair out often. Segue, side note, side quest. I don't wear my hair out like this often, and it's been a minute. And I'm sure through this whole video, y'all gonna see me picking out my hair. I am like trying to just sit still with it and try to make sure my hair also shrinks up fast. I'm so sorry. I know that's really weird. I try. I'm
love
so
it.
Sorry.
This is the most ADHD moment I think we've ever caught on camera. Where you
And
pulled out your camera and started looking at your hair.
I'm leaning in because, like, I know it's going to bother me if I don't check it now. And I just don't want to look crazy at the end of this. And my skin it's just a lot going on. And if I don't check it now, I'll be looking weird through the rest of the video.
I love it just because, like, anyone, without that explanation, anyone would be like, God, Simone's boring, or Eric's boring the crap out of Simone right now.
No. And y'all should know who I am at this point.
Anyway, you're good.
Okay.
I get a job in September of 2021.
Yes,
so I stopped accepting unemployment benefits. And I'm like, cool. And then at that point, we moved. And then we moved again, like, a couple months later or a year later, I guess. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I get unemployed. I tried to apply for unemployment again, and I'm locked out of my account, like, fully. Like, I can't access anything. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, weird. I guess I'll just make some calls and, like, see what's up. Apparently what happened, one, I went through like weeks and weeks of like calling and doing the same things over and over again, and then people were going to get requests to unlock my stuff, yada yada. I'm sending them proof that, because the whole thing was an issue of identification. Essentially what happened was in late September of 2021, after I stopped using the site to get unemployment benefits, they asked me to send basically like my ID, just like to prove that forms of identification, just to prove that I am who I am. And because I didn't send it, because one, I wasn't using that site anymore, and also if they had sent me something in the mail, they sent it to my parents' house where I wasn't living anymore. I didn't see it. So because of that, they locked my account up, and I didn't notice it till like 2 years later. And now I've been trying to get access to said account for about 3 months now.
It's been horrible.
It's been horrible. I had to do pretty much like a full, like, on the phone court case? Appeal. And it was a nightmare. The rudest person I've ever talked to, ever talked to.
Clear. I got smoked for whoever was on that phone with my husband, okay? Like, the rudest person I have ever heard Eric talk to. And it's been a minute since I've heard, like, a conversation like that on the phone.
Yeah.
He was badgering the mess out of Eric. Like, sir, I only you say what?
And I'm like, I'm trying to explain to you, like...
And it took everything in me not to be the heated wife in the background. Like, I wish you would. Because I got smoked. Mm-hmm. Oh, my goodness. So rude.
Just trying to explain my case, and they're like, I didn't ask you that question. You don't get to say anything except rude. Answer the questions that I ask you. And I'm like, bruh, all
right, calm down.
Calm down. It is 10 o'clock in the morning right now on a Thursday.
It just was bad.
Relax.
It was bad.
So, yeah. That's still a mess. But while it has been a nightmare, that whole process, you and I persevered and said, we'll take destiny in our own hands and try to figure this out ourselves.
I guess.
So we've been very active in the job searching space, which is truly a job in and of itself.
Yeah.
Like, I have friends from all facets of life who are currently like applying for jobs right now, and it is so hard. It's really hard.
And I've been listening to like different podcasts where people are like, there's everyone applying for, like, people are applying for jobs, but like can't find the jobs they want. And like the employers can't find the employees they want or something. And it's just like, it seems like everyone's at an impasse.
Yeah.
And it's just like, we've been on a deep hunt, like trying to make something shake. And it's been a lot.
It's been a lot because it's a thing of like, updating your resume, like making it look
cover letters,
like updating your cover letters,
updating our websites, because we do have personal websites with like our
video reels with all of your new footage, like everything under the sun, taking pictures for headshots. My gosh,
it's been a whole production in and of itself.
And I really feel for people who just don't have that kind of time. Like, that's the one thing that I will say is that we definitely had the time to do all that.
Yeah, it definitely felt like, I mean, it's as rough. It really hasn't been all that rough, but like as unnerving, maybe is a better word, that as this whole experience has been, like, we definitely have made the best of it and have had a bomb village, like, to catch us when we needed them.
Yeah. We would not.
Woo!
We wouldn't be.
You want to talk about people not looking like what they've been through? Okay, like me and Eric. One thing I will say, I'm grateful for my husband because no matter what, I know we're always down to struggle with each other. That's not the goal ever.
But if it comes up.
Nor is it our comfortability. But if it comes up, we like, all right. And the rule is always, we're always going to eat. The baby's always going to eat.
Yes.
So the dogs always got to have food. We always got to have food.
But
the dogs eat first. I know it's weird.
Even if we got to...
Practicing for when I have my
even if we have to like pivot because like we went to the grocery store because like our EBT card finally came in.
You skip it around, but yeah.
But like being like, okay, but we're like running low on fun, like on like general funds. We can't use the EBT card to go get dog food. Let's just make their food for them.
The dogs are eating so good right now, and they are in love. They say, struggle.
Simone has been chefing it up.
Struggle on the
dogs. To the point where I'm like,
what I get to eat.
Should we just make a dog food company?
No, I ain't got time. No. Well, I might sponsor one, but no. But yeah, it's been an interesting road, and like just seeing how much we can handle together.
Yeah. And
work out together, communicate with our people to make things happen. It's just, I've been really proud of us in this season. I'm not crying as much right now as I was before, but we had a moment like the other day where we were just like in here. Maybe I was bawling and Eric was looking. Were you crying too?
I don't know. What moment
when I was over here and like you were, I don't know. I can't remember. We came home like one day or we're just together from something, and like it just, everything sounded like it was clicking, you know?
Oh, that was after my trip, right? When we came back from,
I think so.
Yeah, it was after. Yeah, so that was after when I came back home from a trip, and everything was working out as far as like the stuff that we've been working towards, and opportunities were working your way. It seemed like opportunities were working my way, and they were. And we were just sitting there like, the fact that this is working is wild, because I remember like a few weeks beforehand, I was crying in bed. Like it was, and granted, that was like a whole mix of emotions. The Orioles lost in the playoffs. It was a bad day for me.
God forbid the Orioles lose.
Dude, I was so sad. But like, it was this thing of like, I felt it was the one thing, or not the one thing, but one of the things that was like really making me happy during a bad time. And to see them fail so spectacularly was just soul crushing. And then it made me reflect upon myself. And I remember getting in bed and you looked at me, you're like, are you okay? Like, you just don't look okay. And I was like, am I a failure?
I don't remember this.
I don't. It was kind of a late conversation, but like you looked at me, you're like, you look like you're about to cry, and I was like, I think I am. Like, I just feel like I'm failing. Like, I just feel like I failed, and nothing's working out the way we did, the way we thought it would, and yada yada yada, and the Orioles lost.
Look, I for me, first of all, Eric Hamlet is never anyone's failure. Let's be clear.
I think the Ravens lost that day.
Yeah, I do remember that. It was an emotional somebody. Not that he can't be. I'm just saying he was in his feelings about it. But ain't never nobody's failure, you know. And it just was like, this moment has definitely been an extreme test of our faith. Definitely not like as bad as it could be, because I know other people are struggling worse.
Yeah,
there's a lot more going on in the world right now that is just like, God bless the people.
Truly.
But, you know, it is a test of will and strength and faith. And for me, like, who is churchy and also like spiritual, and I think more of the faith center in the home. Eric is definitely the emotional pick-me-up center. He is the optimist in the home. Yeah. Which is interesting.
Which is why it's so funny, because like, as gothy as I am, and how like I like to play pessimist on a lot of things.
Yes,
but like, I am a very optimistic
person. But
both
of us I think both of us are like, not codependent, but we're very much like, we don't want to see the other person sad. Yeah. And when that happens, it triggers us into a space of like, let's pray, let's be happy, let's talk about the good things, and acknowledge the bad things, figure it out. But this moment has definitely just tested our faith in like who we are, who our village is. Yeah.
And what we're capable of.
Yeah, what we're capable of. Like, you know, what God has in store for us. Like, it just, this whole 2 months has really been like a picture of like, all right, just keep your faith, keep walking, and just make it happen. Like from the time it just felt, the whole process of us leaving jobs and getting laid off felt so divine.
Yeah.
In the weirdest way. Like literally when it happened, you know, I knew it was happening from a different room for Eric when he was getting laid off. And it just was like, and like the first thing we did was pray. And it just was like, let's just walk in it, you know, and see what comes of it.
Yeah.
And we've been saying like, it has not been as bad as it could have been.
Not at all.
The people who caught, shout out to the parents. Okay. Let's just give our parents a shout out real quick.
Yeah.
Like Susan Vaughn, Erica Bill.
Yeah. You guys,
whatever you want.
You got like literally I said it to my parents, if my in-laws are listening too, Christmas is no need.
I mean, that's whatever you want.
I mean, no, truly whatever you want, but like
they don't got nothing to do with us. Whatever you want. Like if I could bless our parents 10 times over for the blessings that they've been to us.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the part that's gonna make me cry.
Such a sponge.
Our parents are angels. Just angels.
Have made a lot of sacrifices to make sure that we
so
were
many.
okay. So many. Like
just making sure like we have food, coaching us through different things, searching for jobs for us, helping us apply, like making sure like they networked on our behalf. Yeah. Like, I mean, just all the way around, like, you know, praying for us, encouraging us, like calling to see what the next thing is, cheering for us when things happen. She's doing it. I'm not gonna cry.
Get back in there too.
But I cannot like overstate how much of a blessing they've been to us through this process. I just am amazed. Like, you know, as adults, like as children, you don't see it. When you get to adulthood, you be like, oh, our parents are like the bomb for making this work. Yeah. Like their own adulthood experiences because, oh my gosh, what is this?
Yeah.
And then like you get further into adulthood and like you start hitting these walls and you're just like, okay, mom, what do I do now? And like the fact that they're still able to support us while supporting themselves.
Yeah.
And neither one of us are good at asking for what we need either, because we're
very much people who are like, we're just gonna struggle.
We'll struggle through it.
We'll figure it out till it's fine.
Part of it is like pride. I'm more prideful. I think Eric is more like,
I just don't want to bother.
We don't want to bother people. Yeah,
that's where I'm at.
And everybody's got their own stuff. I can hear our mothers fussing at us now. But
in a text message, like, wait, what do you need? What are you talking about?
Right. And it's just like, you know, people who ask the right questions to help get us what we need. We'll try to be better, but I don't know. No promises. It's just been a lot.
But like them, like aunts and uncles that like sent the stuff along the way.
Sent us out with their cards.
Friends,
to
like
go shopping for groceries.
When I went on my trip, like, and I was counting down the numbers of like how much I had left to work with, like my friends. Like if we went to a bar, at least one of them would say like, "Hey, like, what do you want?" And like that wasn't like
friends letting us come over to do laundry.
Like friends finding a free tattoo person at a tattoo convention just so I could get something. Like,
we are big blessed and highly favored.
Big blessed by the people that we've surrounded ourselves with. And,
I cannot. I just literally, if I could bless the people who have blessed me, and I'm so overwhelmed by the love that has been given to us in these 2 months. Like, and it's just been really beautiful to watch.
Yeah.
A lot of these people we were born into, a lot of them we found on our own.
Yeah.
People who've been here for years. I'm just shook. I'm just like, okay, so this who we really working with? Because, you know, people always say like, you know, it's not until you're in your struggle mode that like you find out who your real friends are.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, everybody seems pretty down.
Everybody seems pretty good. I think we did a good job picking our people.
You know, our people are pretty dope. Like, and I just really am so grateful for everybody's help. We segued like 2 different ways. Where did I want to go back to? We went to the village. Mm-hmm. What else, Bubba?
I don't know. Should we go back into like, you know, the good news? Like,
yeah, I mean, so what? We went through unemployment,
just, you know, still going to be going through that. because y'all owe me.
Yeah.
y'all owe us. Going through that whole process. We have food. That's been taken care of. We're good. The dogs are good. So, working with that. And, it looks like things are going to be getting better for the both of us because we both got jobs.
I can't wait to see you do like a pregnancy announcement or something. Because your transitions be so dramatic.
It's just so dramatic.
And it looks like things are good.
Looks like things are good. I'm such a writer. But yes, the good news is that after all this hard work that we put into since September,
2 months of good hard work.
2 months of good hard work.
Of getting certificates, of updating resumes, of
networking, cutting video reels.
Yes.
Just talking to the right people, just working our butts off. We can both happily say that we have landed jobs.
Upgrades.
Big upgrades. And I'm very proud of us. And we just from everything, like the fact that like the job was sent, I forgot, my mom sent it to you, right? The one that you got. And
so originally, like, I'm trying to think about how much I can spill.
Yeah, we don't have to go
really too deep. Yeah, I'm trying to I was originally applying for a few positions in a couple school systems here. And, we know a few folks. So, and it's not like nepotism. What's the word? Just connectedness. People, it's not like I'm not qualified for it. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
But just networking and trying to figure out what's open, who could help open the doors. Was applying to a few school systems, and that stuff did not work out. And they're beautiful interviews and all the people. It's like no shade, no tea anywhere around that. It just didn't work out. And those were the ones we thought were going to work.
Yeah, honestly, those are the ones that were
we were like, we got it. We don't got it.
Yeah, you got this. Yeah, easy in. We're good to go.
Nope,
not at all. It's like
what ended up working out is that my mother-in-law sent a few positions from the same company here. It's a bigger company, and she's like, just apply to these. It seems like you will qualify. And I was like, okay, sure. And had just finished updating my resume, submitted it in the cover letter, and landed an interview. I try to take out the pieces that don't need to be there.
Yeah.
So
just
sorry for the buffering. But so landed an interview, did the first interview, was invited to do the second interview, but the first one was for a position that was a little less than I was shooting for. And I mean, still way more than I was making before.
Right.
But it was less than I originally had set out to get. And beautiful hiring manager who has been great through this whole process was like, I just she's like, we really like you for this position, but I'm not sure we can pay you what you're worth in this position. And I really want to pay you what you're worth. I really want you to know you're appreciated. And I'm like, oh, thanks. That's so awesome. Because, people say that stuff all the time before they tell you they can't bring you in because, they might really want you, but we're not going to pay you that much. We're not going to pay that much.
See you later.
So
we'll consider you for something else in the future. Stuff
correct.
Like that. Yeah.
So there goes the hair again. Look at it. Anyway. Sorry. So she's like, don't judge me.
No, you're good.
Okay, so she's like, we want to pay you more. She brings me in she schedules me for the next position, which is with 2 of the directors I'd be working with. And I'm trying to think how to piece this together. 2 of the directors, and we get further into it. And then we noticed that I know one of the directors.
Yes.
And I was like,
the director turned out to be somebody that we've known for years.
And nobody noticed that we knew the person.
Yeah.
Well, everybody noticed that we knew the person, but me. Sorry, love you.
But luckily they hit me.
They noticed on the internal side because they were supposed to interview me. And was like, hey, I know her. can't do the interview. Sorry.
However, she is great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And again, thank you for that. So I ended up interviewing with the next director, and that was really great as well. So I'm really excited about the team I'm moving into. But then the hiring manager calls me again, or hiring director, I can't remember her title, sorry. But she calls again and she's like, hey, we realize we have some good news and bad news. We realized that we really, really want you in this position, but we were reassessing if this was the right title, right position for what the directors need. And we realized that it's not. And we really want to pay you what you're worth. So we're going to level up the position. And basically I have a higher title now.
Yes.
Than what I would have had under that. Because I was really adamant that she didn't take me out of the process because I really liked the team and I liked what it was going into.
Yeah.
It's a position that is in between what I had before and what, I want to head into. So I was like, this is a good connector. Really I'm excited about this team. It's a great job. It seems like all the descriptions are awesome. And yeah, so I was just like, please don't. She's like, I was like, please don't take me.
Like in case this doesn't work out. Like,
I just want to be clear. Please do not take me out of this. And she didn't. And I'm so grateful because I'm so excited to start. And I'm so excited to see like what I'm capable of in the next parts of like this position.
On a bigger scale.
Yeah. So it just worked out in like the coolest way.
It was just all of the connecting pieces connecting in the right way.
Yes.
And like for something we didn't even like put on that high of a
exactly.
radar. Like it
was
just kind of
like
happened.
Low tier, didn't think I was gonna, not low tier, like didn't want it, but like didn't think I was gonna get it. Or just I know there's a lot of people applying in that direction. And I'm just grateful that they saw me because I was just saying to his mom one night, I was like, I just want them to see me.
Yeah.
Like I don't have a degree and I am, working towards there, but like your girl is smart. And she's skilled.
Heavily certified.
And thank you.
Heavily certified.
Okay.
All the certifications.
You can't cut the camera off. Chill out. Anyway. But I've been working. I mean, I'm never one to sleep on my skills and building them. And I like advancing the people around me. I like creating efficiency. I like, expanding my talents. And I think that's what got me through the door. Yeah. Also, my resume is quite cute, and she did that herself.
Very pretty. It's very pretty.
I'm in this era of like hyping myself up because I am that girl. And I've spent a long time trying to like hide that part of me because it always seems like people come at me when like it's always somebody to judge. It's always somebody to tell me that like I didn't earn it or I had all these privileges and therefore like it's not as good as somebody.
Yeah, it's always a not good enough mentality.
But the real is, like I told y'all, we be down to struggle if needed. Yeah. I don't really ask for the help that I really need, and I'm working on that, and we're coming out of that phase as well. But I've done a lot of work to get here. I've gone through a lot of stuff to get here, okay? And I'm fire. And I got a really beautiful title and a really nice job that I'm excited to stand in and show my worth and to make mistakes and to grow. And yeah, it's coming at the end of this month. So yeah, that's my side of the story. You tell yours.
I'm working at McDonald's. No, so for me, it was, I don't know, like, because the jobs that I apply for, there's never, I want to say, like, there's not the deepest intention. Like, I'm not like, yes, this. It's always like, yeah, this sounds like something I could, like, I can do / want to do.
Yeah.
I don't really look at, like, company, like, there was a period where, like, I was definitely applying based on, like, companies and stuff. And I still do that every once in a while. But for the most part, it's, like, what's in my general area that, like, I think, like, I can do well in. And I applied for this company that, like, I had heard of for a while. And I turned out had applied, like, 8 other times for different positions since, like, 2020. Didn't even realize I had done it that many times. Like, I knew it, like, I'd applied before, but, like, I took a picture after the fact of, like, because it has, like, a whole list of, like, everything I've done. And it was wild just to see, like, how far I've come. And even just, like, the stuff that I was applying for. Going from, like, production assistant to just a video editor to now being on a producer level. It's like, how did I get here? Like, that's crazy. But yeah, for me, it was a thing, like, I can't even remember, like, when I applied for it. I probably could look back in my emails and see, like, when I went through, but, like, I feel like it was probably, like, around September, maybe October at the latest. I mean, obviously, obviously it had to be October, but I think it was September, and I, fill it out. I have, like, a background in marketing, and video editing, obviously, so I figured, like, yeah, this sounds like something I could do, and I want to say, like, I got hit up maybe, like, early October, and was like, whoa.
Yeah, I think both of ours came in, like, the same week.
Around, like, all of this for both of us.
We've been interviewing week.
Yeah, it would be, like, one day me, one day you.
It's like, when's yours? What time is yours?
Pretty much, like, trying to map it out. And it's been crazy. Like, waking up in the morning, like, I got a phone call in, like, 30 minutes. I gotta get up. Like, it has been, like, a full process. And yeah, it just, I think I went through, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to say like 5 or 6 interviews. Yeah, I had five official interviews and then like a few phone calls. A couple extra calls just to like hash out some stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like this and then like my old job had just been like, I've always gone through gauntlets.
Yeah.
Like even like when I worked.
Are you sure you're who you are? Maybe that's what you just have to do, like 5 with unemployment.
I maybe, like, and I feel like I've done like 8, like at this rate. But it's so funny because I think like since Chick-fil-A, I went through like 3 or 4 interviews just to get that. I think my easiest one was when I applied for the movie theater. Like I think I just had like 1, maybe 2.
Yeah.
And it was just like, all right, here you go.
Yeah.
But this one took a lot, and there was definitely some nerves in the beginning of like, oh, I hope I'm qualified, or like I hope I'm good enough for this.
Yeah.
But like after the fact, when talking to the people that I interviewed, they're like, yeah, they want to do you after the first call. And I was like, oh wow, okay.
So beautiful.
It's so beautiful. So yeah, and both of us got a pay raise.
Yes.
From our previous
and
jobs. And benefits.
and good
benefits. Good benefits. Very excited about that.
Yeah.
But the funniest thing is we both started on the same day.
Yeah.
We were hoping like, maybe it's starting a little bit early, but it's of course November. It's like a bunch of like holiday stuff, so a lot of people are going to be off towards like the middle of the month.
Yeah.
So we're going to be starting at the very end of the month, the exact same day.
We'll be going out like little kids going to school. Like, happy first day.
Except the people waving us off will be our dogs.
Yeah.
You're like, Mom.
Babies.
I know, dude. We're going to have to like really, I was telling someone, I'm like, we have to like spend a lot of time with them for the next few
Or
weeks.
just like being intentional with our time, because they're always around us. They're always up under us. So it'll just be interesting to see how that shifts.
They've never known like I guess work days without us being around. Like even like
at least
from,
one of us.
From pandemic to me working from home to like you working hybrid, like it's always been somebody's around.
Yeah.
Or even like, when we were living with my parents, like somebody would be home.
Exactly.
So yeah,
or they just hop on business calls with us. It's just,
yeah,
they've been around.
It's going to be a process for them. And like, we're definitely, like you said, have to be intentional with what we do with them and make sure they get used to it and taking them out. And like, cause really that's the one thing, like I want to make sure our dogs still feel loved. Like when we start working.
Yeah.
But I think both of our jobs are hybrid. So it won't be like, all the time. Like they will definitely still get some time with us at home, working from home. But yeah, we are fully back into the job market. It feels good. The workforce, I guess.
The job market is when you're applying.
Yeah, no, we're back in the workforce. We're doing it, and I just I love how hard we worked and how much we persevered, because once again, I said before, it's not an easy process.
It's not.
I have friends,
and it's very it does make you assess all of your skills, all of what you could be and who you are. And getting the rejection letters do beat you down. Oof. It sucks. Yeah, I was and it's so funny because when I was applying for this school system, I was like, this is it, and then it just didn't pan out. But I was in the middle of the interviews for this position. So it was kind of whatever. Not an end, whatever, just okay, God, please let this work out, because I really, and it ended up, my intentions and my wants ended up shifting, because I was like, this position is actually, one position was I'm comfortable here, I've done this work, I can do it in continuation, and just try to work some of what I want to go into it. Yeah. I hope y'all got that. But the one I'm actually going into, the job that I got, it has I'm in the middle it's not exactly being a part of like the work I want to do. I want to go into project management. But like it's not in the middle of project management, or it's not in project management, but it's in the middle of it. So I'll be in touch with all the people who could level me up and get me there. Rapper's hands.
Yeah, they just rapping the whole time.
But
that's a very hot coffee pot. Anyway.
Hilarious. Who is that?
That's Eminem.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I was anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just was like, it shifted from like, oh, this is like close, available, you know, doable, to okay, let me stretch myself and shoot for what I really want to go towards.
Yeah.
And the work that I've been doing, you know, let me make it pay off, you know, to get into the field that I want to be in.
I think it's interesting that we both applied for jobs that we were like, I absolutely will get this, and then we both didn't get it. Because for me, it was Chubby's, the shorts company.
Oh god!
like you had your in with the the school system one, but like for me, it was just like this job fits everything that I do, and their style fits everything that I do.
What do you mean you're in?
Like what do you mean?
What do you mean?
Like this is my I got this.
Okay,
yeah.
Got it. Okay.
And I was like, this job, like, I don't know why they wouldn't choose me. And then I got a rejection letter like a week later. And I'm like, okay.
And the ones that we actually got, we had to like really hunker down and like, not scrunch, but definitely like.
They were like the unexpected ones.
They were
like,
so unexpected.
It was like, oh, okay. Like, really? Me? like,
you sure?
Like, I mean, literally, like, with mine, I was the kind of thing, it was the kind of thing for me where I was like, are you sure you want me? I'm not really like your style as far as like.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, look, I'm very alternative. And they're like, yeah, that's why we want you. And I'm like, okay. Like.
Yeah. And for me, I was telling Eric, like, and everybody else, like, this is my first time. All my jobs previous to this I've been saying hand-me-down employment. And not like in a bad way, but I've been referred. So, like, it's been like a referral process, and then I'm in. Yeah. Like, quite immediately. So it's just been, so I've never really had to test my strength in, like
interviewing,
really formal interviews, like multiple interviews, repeating myself.
Because you were so nervous after your first one.
Oh
my
gosh, I cried.
Yeah,
I cried so hard. I was so nervous, and I didn't represent myself the way I wanted to. So it just was like I couldn't get my words out fluidly.
And you still got a second interview.
And I still got a second interview.
Yeah.
Yep. And they said that I didn't. Anyway, just kidding. But like, nothing bad. But who needs to spill all the tea? But
you pranked me so hard the second time when you did the interview with the job you ended up getting.
Oh yeah.
And you were like, I heard what happened.
I just can't get over.
And I remember when you came to me, I was like, how? I was like,
how did you mess it up?
How did you mess it up? Like,
he's like, you don't do that.
I'm like, you just talk. Like, you
just gotta talk.
You just gotta talk about yourself.
He
like,
was so shook.
Dude, because I was like, oh my god, like we're really gonna have to train you, because like, because the thing is like, my family's really good at interviews. Yeah. Like we have. My mom trained the crap out of us. There's a full system.
His mother is also a guy. Well,
used to be a guidance counselor.
She's in the field of a guidance counselor. Not anymore, but she used to be.
But like my mom, my sister, both of them, like honestly, like they've all like really did a good job of training me to like do interviews. Yeah. Which is why like usually when I get into an interview process, I'm like, got it. Like I'm very confident.
And my family is really good with like people.
Yes.
We are people. Like there's always been big numbers. I've always had to introduce myself to someone or like, oh, you're
say like what you're doing, like
everywhere.
So that's where you came to me. I was like, what do you mean you messed it up?
Like you know how to do this. We both know how to do this. Yeah. So it's been interesting, like me having to test my strength in formal interviews and really going through that whole process. Like some of the paperwork we've been doing, like it's been a leveling up of like what I've had to endure. Yeah. I don't know. And it's just been interesting to like be in this realm of like, oh, okay, we're climbing the ladder. It just got so moody in here.
It did.
And I don't want y'all to think like it's the windows. Okay,
cue the sax.
It was like so yeah, it's been a really cool process. I've been learning a lot about myself and like what I can handle or like how I
communicate.
Yeah, advance. Yeah. Like yeah, I'm just cool.
Yeah. But like I truly just on camera want to say like I am so proud of you for like just going, because I've gone through this process before. This is new to you.
Yeah.
And you crushed it. You did so good. Like you crushed it on a level where like you were so good that they had to recreate the job that you applied for. That's pretty wild. Like the closest I got is that like I applied for something and they're like, we can put you somewhere else because of your personality and we'll change that. But like you fully, they're like, we're deleting this job and reclaiming it as something else.
No, I mean, for me, I was really nervous. Thank you. Nervous about Eric's job because for one, when he applied to it, like he applied and they took the description down. And normally what we do is like we take it, we pick it apart together. Like, what do you need to be studying? What do you need to say? And it was gone. So like I was really, and he's like, no, I got it. And I'm like, do you though? And of course I'm not really saying this to him because he didn't give me that energy for my job. He doesn't need that energy to process. It's hard enough, right? Yeah. And I was like, oh my, and I was like, God, if he sees it, then he sees it. I'm just gonna have to rock with what he says. Because I'm like, I don't know. And I don't think you, like, I just felt like there were some extras that could have like been in your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
But he said he got it, so he got it.
Yeah.
But
it's
I'm really
all
proud
about vibes.
Honestly, for Eric, it is. So.
You make the vibe.
And that's not
the thing is, like, I also really, I know what I'm talking
exactly.
about. Like,
I'm it's not
really
that he
good
doesn't
editor.
know, and it's not that he's not qualified. Like, let's be very clear. We're both very much qualified in what we do.
Yes.
But I just think for me, like, I couldn't really understand it. It not like it just wasn't all the way clicking for me for him. But he was like, I see it, I see them. And he's like, I think this is it. And I'm like, okay. So I'm just good. I'm happy for me who could not gather all of the things. And I always tell myself, just trust. I'm learning more and more to trust Eric in the process because, I mean, there's been a list of things between his dreads. Or what was the other thing? There was something else.
It was, I mean, for the initial interviews that I did for my last company, like the video that I did and like, my style of humor. Let me just take
y'all through like a timeline. When Eric decided to get dreads when we were younger, I was like, you sure? That doesn't really seem like your lane. And then I was like, actually, you can never cut them. I love it. And then like he got the piercing and I was like, you sure? And then I was like, okay, actually, I love it. And like, I've been learning to test that.
It's
that
like
muscle.
applying for jobs and looking all gothy, but like,
oh my gosh, his last job, he went in looking like himself.
Yeah. like normal.
And I was like, you could kind of make it a little bit more professional. And he's like, no.
Like, okay.
But why?
But like, even with this job, like I came to you. I was like, should I do my nose person?
And I think this time I was like,
no.
I think I said no this time because it was just like, it seems to be working for you.
Yeah, I was like, I kept the nose ring in. I put on a bunch of rings and I'm like, I'm just going to be me today. And we'll see how it goes.
And it does go well for him. And I think like, I always say that like Eric is my free. He teaches me how to be more of myself and, not doubt who I am because he quite honestly never doubts who he is. Sometimes I'll be like, yeah, but like,
because I think like I always have the mentality of like, if this company or these people don't want to hire you for being you, then like, what is the point of being there? I don't want to go to work feeling fake. That sucks. Nobody wants that. So like, you can clean it up. Like obviously, like there's a professional setting. Right. Clean it up where you have to. Make sure you still have fun. Yeah, right. I used to dress up as Gandalf for work all the time, but like that's because like I got to a comfortable enough space where I felt like I could do that.
Yeah.
And I understood like who my coworkers were, and I'm like, they will enjoy this.
Yeah.
But like, don't be afraid to be yourself. Just don't like go too far. It's always finding that fine line.
Yeah. So I mean, he's. I'm just happy that he continues to. You just continue to shine. Like just. He's always like undeniably himself, and sometimes I don't always understand that, and I don't know if I will ever fully understand it, but I think that's the part like I always lean into in this marriage. We are so in some areas we are so different, and I love watching him like use all of who he is and be himself and watching it work for him because it just makes me want to like do more of that, and he's always like super supportive of like whoever I need to be.
Yeah,
that was cute.
Yeah,
That gave me the feel.
Aww. Aww. So yeah, I guess the lesson for today is like, hey man, like keep applying for those jobs. Don't let anybody tell you got it. Just keep going. Apply for everything you see. Beef up your resume. Use Canva. Honestly, Canva is a really great source to like make it pop,
amazing,
make it look good.
Not sponsored,
but it works. But just keep applying for stuff. Trust in yourself, and
trust the process.
Trust the process. It's long, but it's a process.
It is a long process. I pray for everybody who is going through any unemployment or any like shifting transition type of situation. At any point, it's just like. It does kind of rock your world, but and it's especially if it's unexpected, and we were not prepared, to be honest.
No, not at all.
But
and that's another thing. Get as prepared as you can.
Oh my gosh!
Like truly,
we've known that before, but like our salaries and all the things just couldn't catch up. But it just we will be leaning in to the preparedness.
Yes,
right now,
very much so.
But yeah, I just, if it's unexpected, I just really pray for your mental strength and your faith and like to just lean into all of who you are. Use it to advance yourself and the people around you, and just don't give up. Like, it's so easy. I mean, what's the movie we were just watching? With, oh my gosh. Where they rob the bank and stuff?
Oh my God! The most relatable movie that
we put it on and we're like,
I didn't even process. I'm like, oh God, this is our story.
We were about 3
Fun with
weeks.
Dick and Jane, the remake with Jim Carrey and Tia Leone.
We were watching we were about 3 weeks off from this. It was about to get
really
real
felt that movie on a level that because I hadn't seen it since I was a kid. There are certain jokes in there that didn't hit me until now, and it was like, oh my God, this is real.
I mean, again, thank you to everybody who called us, who had love for us, who had money for us, who got groceries, reached out, did references for us.
Yeah.
I really just am so grateful for everybody who just held us down, and can't wait to be a blessing to someone else who needs it. But yeah, I just don't give up.
Don't give up.
And don't go crazy.
Don't.
And don't go rob a bank.
And ask for help.
Ask for help. Ask for help.
It's okay.
As a certified person who is a perfectionist and also struggles asking for help, I like to do things alone. But I also don't want to bother nobody. And it's a pride thing. Ask for help.
Yes.
Please. It'll just go ahead and release some of your pride. Just cry it out. And his parents were like, we got rent. I was like, it was a whole thing. So I was like, I wouldn't have asked, and I also wouldn't have expected it, and wouldn't have felt any type of way if anybody was like, nah.
Yeah.
Because, people got their own stuff.
They got their own stuff. Life is expensive.
I was like, his dad was like, yeah, we family. And I'm like, I know, but it's just hard. And all I could think was like, girl, this is your pride dying.
Yeah.
Because I really just was like,
this
is
sin.
So not...
It's Sunday, baby.
I was like, right. I was like, this is just so not my MO. I really don't want to be in a space where I have to depend on people, but sometimes you do.
Yeah.
And I don't know who needs to hear that, but it is okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's it.
I think that's it. So, baby. Well, one, thank you for listening. Baby, where can they find us?
You can find me at Mrs. Speed Hamlet. I usually do this in reverse, but anyway, you can find me on IG at Mrs. Speed Hamlet. You can find us at The Nerd and the Nubian on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And you can also tap into some of our links in our Instagram page to talk back to us, talk to us nice. Send us an email, submit the little form if you have a little bit of thoughts or a story you want us to share.
Ooh, and if you want to listen to the podcast, if you're a listening person only, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, all of that.
True. At the Nerd and the Nubian podcast.
Yes.
And then Eric, where can I find you?
And then me, I'm Mr. Ham on all platforms, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and then The Good Scare, horror movie.
You can find him at _I am Mr. Ham. It wasn't all the way clear. You said, ooh, me. You were like, ooh, me, I am Mr. Ham.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha. You can find me at I am Mr. Ham on all my social media.
We'll start putting like little cards up on the screen. So
yeah, at some point. I'll make them at some point by the next episode. And then, yes, The Good Scare, my horror movie podcast. I just put up an episode about When Evil Lurks, which is probably one of the best horror movies I've seen all year. If you have a Shudder account, you can also rent it. But if you have a Shudder account, it's on there. I got to show her that movie because it's horrifying. It's great, really good. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for listening once again. Stay geeky,
stay freaky,
and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.